A month later, acting on a tip, police arrested and charged 23-year-old Karla Faye Tucker and 38-year-old Daniel Garrett. Prosecutor Joe Maglio was appalled by Tucker's attitude.
Nicest way I know how to put it is that the defendant got pleasure out of what she did. Well, the witness testified to the jury that it was sexual pleasure.
Tucker pleaded guilty and was sentenced to death in April 1984. Garrett also received a death sentence, but died of liver failure while in prison. Born and raised in Houston, Karla Faye Tucker began taking drugs when she was just 7 years old. At 14, she became a prostitute, dropped out of school, and began a downward spiral. At the time of the murders, Tucker and Garrett were trying to steal Jerry Dean's motorcycle from his apartment. The investigating officer, Detective J.C. Mosier, described the murders as brutal.
It was probably one of the most heinous crimes that I remember in the history of the Houston Police Department.
Once Tucker was sentenced and incarcerated, the appeals process dragged on for 14 years. While in prison, Tucker turned to Christianity.
And today we're going to have special prayer again for Karla.
Karla's going to have another miracle in her life, and we want to see her live to tell it.
Despite her contrite behavior, not everyone thought Tucker should be spared, including Detective Mosier.
Karla has admitted what she did. She knows the magnitude of the crime. She believes, I believe, that the punishment she received was a just punishment.
In December 1987, the U.S. Supreme Court rejected a request to review the case. Then Texas Governor George W. Bush was asked his opinion.
In our state of Texas, the Partisan Parole Board decides whether someone gets executed or not. They can make a recommendation to me, and I can accept their recommendation.
In January 1998, the board denied Tucker's appeal to commute her sentence to life in prison.
I myself have absolute no quarrel with the decision to deny Ms. Tucker's requests on all fronts this morning.
Tucker's attorney, David Botsford, said it was a sad day.
She's upbeat. She knows there's 4 or 5 legal balls in the air. Her faith in the Lord has not been disturbed one iota.
Tucker now knew the end was near and asked only for forgiveness.
The world, per se, may not believe I deserve forgiveness, but God says He's forgiven me because I did repent and I turned away from what I did and I gave my life to Him.
Her execution was set for February 3rd at Huntsville Prison. The occasion attracted a stream of demonstrators opposed to capital punishment. It also became a media circus as more than 200 reporters gathered outside to record such an historically significant event. Some protesters felt her supporters were demanding special treatment.
Why should a woman receive any different treatment than a man? She has committed the same crime that men have committed, and she deserves the punishment that is the state law in Texas.
The Supreme Court denied Tucker's final appeal for clemency. Relatives of her victims arrived to witness the execution. At 6:30 p.m., Tucker was led into the execution chamber and strapped to a gurney. She apologized for what she'd done, and within minutes, she was dead.